This is Simply Terrifying, a podcast that I have tried to start probably 3 other times, but the problem is, or was rather, I didn't take it seriously. When I start something, I go all in, and I mean completely head first, do everything, make every fucking everything all in. Every purchase that needs to be made, every signage, I even get my own stuff made, like to wear. Like I fully represent myself from the start. Doesn't matter that I haven't done anything for it. It's just what it is. Now, here's the problem. I go in thinking about something. Doesn't matter what it is. Podcast is an example. Last year I wanted to start this, and I went in all in. I created my own banners and profile stuff, and I did my own like sweatshirts, just all kinds of things. I had ideas. I had all these people lined up. I had everything. And I'm like, I'm definitely going to do this twice a week. Definitely. And it's going to be at this time and these days, and it's going to be great. And I hype myself up. I am like the best hype man for myself in the beginning. And I just go full force, no stop, just go for it, right? Because I can see the possibility, like what could be. Kind of like anything else, getting on TikTok or anything else. Anything else. I imagine everything that could be and then try it for a couple times or whatever. And if I'm not immediately where I am, where I thought I could be, then I flip the switch and now all of a sudden I'm a failure and it's not working out. It's not meant to be, or something will happen that comes up in the schedule where you're like, okay, well, I missed a day, but that's okay. I'll just do 2 more shows, the next day and the next day. And then something comes up and you miss one of those days, and then a week goes by and then another week, and it's like 2 months later, you're making an apology video or recording saying, hey, I really suck, which I do. And it just like falls by the wayside like a little piece of trash. And it just is just gone. It's just another hobby tunity that just kind of came and went, kind of like a fart in the wind, just here and gone. Since last year, so many things have happened that make me want to be different. Okay. I kind of embrace this new thing. I hate when people say New Year's resolutions, right? The New Year thing, it resets the holidays and it resets the months, but things in our life shouldn't depend on a particular day, right? Like if you're a total dick face all 2025 and then New Year's comes and now it's 2026, it's not like you restart and all the people that you were a dick face to, they're just good now because it's a new year, new start. That's not how that works, right? That's not how that works. So you should really try to just do what you're wanting to do, not have it be dependent on this specific day. Oh, well, we just get to rip the wrapping right off and start again. That's not how it goes. Okay? That's not how it goes. I have been like that. I mean, so many times I get like, oh yeah, New Year's, we're going to start this, whatever. Eventually, the older I get, it's like, why? Why do you do that? You're setting yourself up for this fucking timeline, this deadline, this arc of time that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It matters on the calendar. That's it. Maybe in businesses, the fiscal year, blah, blah, blah. Like it does not fucking matter. So the thing here today, the very first episode, we are starting brand new from scratch. This is it, done, whatever. Now I'm treating this like a job. The difference this time versus last time I expected all these things, didn't work out. This time I went in carefully. I made sure I connected all these sites. I'm doing multiple things at once. I expect nothing from this. Absolutely fucking nothing. I have no expectations. This to me is just something I'm going to come down and do Monday through Friday. About this time, I'm shooting for 10:30. Right? But I am to release this at like 12:01. Monday through Friday. I'm going to treat it like a job. Put it in my schedule, make it a habit, and just go from there. Still, if nothing comes from it, I have no disappointments because I'm not expecting a fucking thing. And that is half the battle. Just doing it is half the battle. Stop waiting for anything that you want to do because it's like there's always going to be reasons why you shouldn't. Me starting a podcast today talking about whatever the fuck I want, how many of those are there right now? 32.5 million, billion, who the fuck knows? And who cares? Because the thing is, I like to talk. The other thing is, sometimes, like many of you, whether you like to admit or not, sometimes I'll sit and I'll talk to my fucking self. Who cares? Why is this any different? The only difference is that I got a couple cameras and I have a general guideline of what today I'm going to talk about. Not a big deal. So why? Why do so many of us wait to start things that we really want to do? Well, let's hit you with a fun fact, okay? As of 2026, the whole, 5 days that we've been in this year, this is what research and psychological insights are for you, okay? When it comes to just doing it. Let me just sideline real quick. These insights emphasize that the most compelling reason to just do it is the long-term cost of inaction compared to the temporary risk of failure. Reading through that, let's just stay with me. Let me keep going. Acting on your goals immediately transforms vague intentions into tangible growth, providing psychological and neurological benefits that waiting cannot replicate. Does that make sense? It does. You can wait for the perfect setup for whatever, okay? It's never going to be perfect. There's always going to be something, whether it's a kid, an illness, a thing with work, it doesn't fucking matter. There's always going to be something that stops you from doing something that you want to do. Or there's going to be someone in your ear saying that it's not a good idea. You're not going to stick out. You're not going to do it right. You're not, have you heard the sound of your voice? I don't like the sound of my fucking voice. Am I going to go back and am I going to listen to this? Yes. Am I going to like it? No. Do I care that there's 1-2 people on live right now? No. Do I know that maybe this video is not going to be checked out for at least, I don't know, a couple weeks? Yeah. Do I care? No, I don't. Because when you build yourself up like that, when you scare yourself like that, when you start listening to the negative things that people say or that your mind says, you get into this different thing. And at that point, nothing is worth doing. You know what I mean? If you can't wake up and be an instant success, why bother? And you don't want to be that guy. You do not want to be that guy, okay? At all. Doesn't matter. Does not matter what it is. I know that, my daughter wanted to play softball one year, okay? Never played a day in her life. We had one start when she was 5. We had another wanting to start when she was 14. That's a big gap. A lot of kids that play sports start really young, right? So they have all these years to build up and get really good and all this stuff. This girl, we've played in the yard a couple times and she actually wanted to be on the team. Okay, well, why not do it? She goes out there and she swings at a couple balls, she misses. Well, then she gets really hard on herself and is all self-conscious now because people are watching her miss. And in her eyes, she really thought she was going to hit the ball, but she's not hitting it. So now she sucks, and she just saw 3 other people go up and hit the ball before her. Now she's not doing that. So she sucks. So she, gets rid of the bat and goes to walk out and leave. And it's what are you doing? I can't do this. I suck. Blah, blah, blah. What do you mean? You've never done this before. This is your first time on an actual field. Why? Why are you being like that on yourself? That's ridiculous. Did you really expect you were going to walk out here versus a kid who's played for the last 12 years of his life and be the same? Be the same? No. Am I telling you that? Am I telling you, sweetheart, you shouldn't even bother because these kids have been playing for years? No. Because if you want to do it, do it. The only way you're going to do something and get better at it is by taking that first step, that first leap, and actually getting to do it. That's it. Just do it. Who cares? If you do it and you decide, hey, I'm not that good, or hey, it's not what I thought it would be, I don't really like it. All right, fine. But you did it. So, that's half the battle. And a lot of people live their life and they never even leave the fucking house to do that step. They'll watch other people and they'll be completely content in just watching someone else do exactly what they want to do, but they get inside their own minds and they're like, I really would want to do this. However, I'm not that pretty. I'm not that strong. I'm not that. And then they just anti-hype. You know what I mean? They fucking fun suck everything out of themselves before they've even fucking done it. They could be the best. They don't know. But it's not worth the risk of failure to even try. And that's really sad. So, guilty. You know what I mean? Guilty. I tried to start this last year. I really did. I even tried a version of it where my husband and I did it together because it's like, hey, you know, maybe it'll be easier to play off of someone. We could just conversate. You know, we don't even have to do the video part of it. We get a microphone and we just go. We just talk. No big deal. He wasn't into it. All right, well, scrap that idea, right? Done. Fine. You tried it. You didn't like it. And now we know. So when it comes to me doing this myself, my thing is there's no consistency whatsoever. Just like getting on like any social media. I am horrible with social media. Horrible. Horrible. I want to be one of those people that just film everything, right? And like rack up these likes and followers and have these people genuinely interested in my life. But like the effort just to do that. And then what really sucks is something will happen. Something fucking nuts will just happen. And it's like, holy fuck, I wish I would have recorded that. There you go. I wish I could have, should have, would have crap comes out. And it's like, okay, all right, well. And I just don't want that to be part of my story anymore. I wanted something that was mine. I wanted something that I knew that I could do. And that I could put myself into and just have fun. I have a big fucking mouth. If I'm on a road trip, my first instinct is not to blare the radio when I'm by myself. If I have a ways to go, I'm going to start going through my call list and see who the fuck can talk to me and make these miles go by. That's what I'm going to do first. And people with their problems, with their stories, they come to me too. So it's like, I don't like the sound of my voice and like the thought, like if I actually paused and thought, hey, I'm trying to put this in front of all these people. You don't even think like that. You don't even think like that. You go back. You think very basic. I like to talk. I have a microphone. I have a camera. Let's just do that. Let's put those things together. We'll get a name. We'll get a site. We'll just do it. We'll have the ideas. We'll set a schedule, we'll set a time, we'll be good, we'll do this over and over again, and it will become a thing. I can't be a failure if I've tried, okay? That's the other thing that I'm starting this year, is rewiring how I think about some things. If I go in and I'm not the best in the first week, totally fine. Totally fine. It's been a week. A week! It's a whole bunch of different things to think. Like, there are so many possibilities this year. And if you're one of those people with the New Year's resolutions and everything like that, we're 5 days in. 5 days. Brand new year. Rip that fucking plastic off. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. Okay? If there's something, a hobby, an adventure you're wanting to go on, a city you've never been to, a trip, a this, a that, whatever the fuck it is that's been sitting on your shelf of one day, make it this year. Make it this year. If it's a trip, maybe just start sliding away just a couple, just pocket change or, you know, whatever. Just little things to reward yourself that, yeah, it's actually possible. And I'm going to do it. That's the other part you need to do. You actually need to tell yourself, I am going to do this year. Period. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm going to put this in my calendar. My fucking phone's going to ding and remind me. Does not matter. We are going to do this because this is what I want to do this year. And I have spent enough time wishing and hoping and wanting and whatever. We're done with that. Throw that. That was 2025. It's BS, okay? That was it. You definitely don't need to overthink or be scared. And that's something that a lot of people, especially the watchers of the world, there are some people who are totally content with just watching. I can't do that. There are people who, it's like gaming. There are players and there are watchers. My kids and my husband will sit and watch YouTube of people playing or watch Twitch of people playing different games for hours. hours. And it's like, do you want to play this game? No. Okay. So why are you, and then, oh, well, I like it, but I like to watch. I am not a watcher. I'm not, if it's a horror game, I don't want to watch a fucking video about someone playing a horror game. I want to turn the lights off. I want to play a horror game. I want to be fully immersed. I want to react. I want to get scared. I want to be that person that people are watching. Although I don't give a shit if people are watching. It's what I want to do, so I do it. So a watcher and a doer. A watcher and a doer. I would hope that this is the year that even the people who are completely content with watching have something that they want to do, and they just fucking do it. They just do it. We're going to make this Monday through Friday. We're going to make this about 30 minutes. And I'm not going to lie to you. If you think that you're going to come here and I'm going to be this like motivational pump you up every fucking day, forget about it. That ain't me. Not it at all. Like, I'm taking it upon myself to kind of get a map of the week to come. So I have a little bit of an idea, but scripts, no. A whole niche. I'm not a niche person. That's my other fucking failure with social media and stuff. There are people who like only do this kind of video and they've got a huge following, right? And everything is fantastic. They're getting brand deals and all kinds of stuff because they follow this one little, all their little ideas are in this one little box and everything else. And that's great. That ain't me. That ain't me. I'm not diagnosed or anything, but I want to say there's like a different form of ADHD that goes in my mind because you know how dogs have squirrel moments all the time. These trains are constantly running. Sometimes the train comes back and lets me get on. Sometimes that shit is here and then it's gone. Sometimes they just fucking glide into each other. So like, I never really know. So for me to say that I'm going to, this isn't going to be an inspirational channel by any means. I mean, people ask me a lot of different things and I'm good with that. I'm good to inspire or help when I can. But I'm not going to sit here and, say that I'm going to be like the nicest person you've ever heard or anything like that, or the most helpful. No, I am sarcastic. I've got this like bitch face going on. Like I just like to talk. I like to talk and I like to talk about different things. I'm a mom. I like Halloween. I like margaritas. I like movies and shows and all kinds of shit. So we're going to get into like a series of shows and different movies that suck and like all kinds of stuff. Halloween, October, fucking forget about it. We're gonna, that's a long way away though. It's a long way. It's only January. It's January. So, what we're not going to do is talk about, I'm not even going to say that. I was going to say we're not going to talk about the fucking weather, but we might. I don't know. Basically, today was just, we are starting something new. Because we can. We are just doing it. We are making it a habit that's starting from scratch, brand new across several different platforms. No expectations, no unbalanced shit. It's just, this is what I'm going to do and expect nothing from it, period. Last year, I've been a stay-at-home mom. I've always worked inside the house. Once upon a time, I worked part-time outside of the house. Before I had kids, I always worked outside the house. Like, So when you're going back and forth between this dynamic of you're at home all the time and you're not working, or you're out of the house and you're working, or you're part-time, you have to find a balance when you're someone like me. And last year I decided that, I really want to contribute more. I want to bring in more money. I want to do this. So I'm going to go get a full-time job. I've never had a full-time job outside of the house. My biggest full-time job, I worked in my house and I was an executive assistant for a millionaire in Manhattan. And that will be its own fucking episode. But I was on call, 6 days a week, probably close to 16 hours a day. So yeah, it was like that was a full-time job on top of being a mom, and I had a baby at the time. So yeah, it was like chaotic fucking ugh. So anyway, I thought that, since my kids are a little bit older, I still have one that was younger, and I was going to try it, though. We were going to try it. I did this job for just a couple months and realized that me being gone for 45 hours a week out of the house, 45, 50 hours a week, it didn't work, right? Because things at my home started to unravel a little bit. And when I was getting home after my husband, that really fucked with me. Like, oh my God, they're waiting for me. That's bad. Like, the money was good. And even having something that was my own, like, I got to go somewhere and have these conversations with, like, people. I don't have to talk about chicken nuggets and mac and cheese and what happened on SpongeBob, 13 years ago, or whatever crazy fucking cartoons are happening now. I got to talk about actual things and, like, be responsible, and they liked me. They loved me. They didn't want me to leave. But then it came down to this balance. Right? This work-home balance. I tell my husband all the time, when you get home from work, just leave. Work at work, it's fine. Just, like, be here. I get that you can't always do that. I understand. But to go from always being there for 2 decades, okay, to be at home, mom knows where everything is. Mom knows what everyone's doing. The appointments, the this, the that, the bills, like, all of this shit that I was responsible for wasn't getting done in the same way, wasn't being handled in the same way, so the balance was completely off. And so we decided that it was better that I leave, that I don't do full-time. Maybe part-time if I want, but the full-time, it really fucked with me. I was doing some mental fucking gymnastics of back and forth. I felt guilty as shit. It just got to a point where it's like, what am I doing this for? Like, I was miserable some days at home because I felt like I was stuck in a box, and that I had I had skills, and I have, like, all of this experience and stuff. I want to be able to have something that's mine. I want to be able to hold on to something, do something, and, like, that's Kara's thing. That's Kara. You know what I mean? The work, the job, it didn't work out. I ended up telling them, it's not working with my family. Like, and they tried really hard. They were, like, trying to bend and twist and all this stuff. And it's like, I appreciate it. I really do. But I just have to step back. It's just something that I have to do. I just have to do it. And they understood. But that kind of set the start of this here. The just do it. There are plenty of people who feel guilty when they go, right? There are plenty of people who they don't have a balanced life. And sometimes there's nothing they can do about it. Like, that's just it. That's just how life is, how the cookie crumbles. My God. And I could have stayed. And focused on the money. Like, the money. I had the option to choose time and balance over the money, whether that was the best choice or not financially. It was something that I just had to do, and I haven't had any regrets about it. And the first couple weeks when I'm not having to get up and go to work, it's like, this is weird. The last couple months, this is what I've had to do. Now I'm not doing it anymore. Now it's weird. It's almost like I'm on a vacation, but from what? Like, now I almost feel like lazy, or like I'm not contributing, or like I'm not doing all the stuff. Like, it's again, you get into this second round of mental mindfuck, and it's like, but you did it. You tried it, right? Instead of just saying, I wish I could contribute more, you went out, you got yourself a full-time job, you had it for months, you tried it. You did it. You got past the hope, and you fucking did it. Then you realized while doing it, it doesn't work, because sometimes it just doesn't work. And so you chose to go back home. You did it. If I would have never taken that job, I would still be saying, oh, I wish I could help out more. Obviously, I don't get paid for being a stay-at-home mom, and I could, find virtual jobs and stuff like that. But like, I just wish I could do more. I wish I could. Ugh. I didn't wish. I made it fucking happen. I got out of that box and I did it. No regrets. Whatever. No regrets whatsoever. So this, again, it's a new year. Not like that means anything. But if there's something that you want to do this year, if there's something that you haven't done or something that you've just wished for or hoped for, look, the only person who can make something really happen for you is you. Okay? And it's not right to constantly hope and wonder and wish and overthink and scare yourself into thinking you're not going to be this great person, and that because you don't have everything you need to be the best of the best of the best, you just shouldn't do it at all. Stop thinking like that. Like, you just got to get out of your own head. You got to actually climb out, and it's a job in itself. But once you do it and you actually go for whatever it is that you're wanting, okay? Once you fucking go for it, you'll not be disappointed. And even if you are disappointed, like, if you're someone who's been sat back and been a watcher and you try something and, you're not an immediate success and you are like me, how I was, you might just, want to drop it all and curl back up in a shell and say, fuck it. And, I'm never trying anything ever again, whatever. If that's the case, you're not ready for it, but you always just have to keep going. You just have to go. There's always going to be somebody, something, in your way. Always. Obstacles. Every time. Doesn't matter what you're going for. There's always going to be some naysayer or some reason or whatever. Who cares? Who cares? Let it go. Do it anyway. And have the best time doing it. Okay? Because again, regret is a horrible thing. And the more things you put off and don't do, the more regret stacks up into a box. And whether you put those boxes up on the closet, eventually that shit's going to get so fucking full, it's going to fall out the shelf and you're going to have a fucking mental meltdown. I don't want that for you. I don't. I want to say I've come really close a couple times. And this time I decided we're going to get out of it. We're going to be better than that. Expect nothing. Just have fun. Do what you want to do. Put all you got into it and have fun. Expect nothing. Because when you expect everything and you get nothing, that's a setup for a major depression situation. But if you set up and you give everything and you expect nothing and then end up getting something, whole other scenario going on there. So, I feel a little bit redundant. We've gone over the same thing. I just want to get it in there. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Think about all the negative shit later. Just do it. Don't stop yourself. Don't psych yourself out. Don't scare yourself. We've already covered it. All right? We've already covered it. If you need to hear it again, rewind it. Totally fine. So this has been the first episode. Just do it. And hopefully we reach someone, even if this reaches one person, and one person changes their outlook like how I was, and they even get the inkling to just kind of, that's good enough for me. That is good enough for me. We wrapped up our first ever episode for this year that we're going to keep doing. So I appreciate you for tuning in. Go ahead, like, follow, subscribe, whatever the fuck you do on this channel. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. And again, even if this reaches one person, that's good enough for me. So have a great rest of your day, and I will see you back tomorrow.